I just made a video talking about this, but I want to make a standalone video on deburring and, maybe just making your parts presentable. So deburring is really important because, as I mentioned in that video, this trade is very hazardous. And a lot of these things, a lot of these materials, especially the wires that you're working with, are really toxic. And I talked about how, you get poked with a hot piece of wire through your glove coming off your reel, and that makes a mess of an infection. It's pretty nasty, and it's happened more than once. I can't even, I don't know, maybe 3-4 times. I can't even honestly say. But you want to try to really avoid cutting yourself and leaving these things on your parts for cutting other people. Even in assembly, you really want to round your corners and deburr everything, and just be kind of courteous. It's a hard enough job as it is, and then you got careless people making things even more difficult. So I'm going to show you this part I'm working on right now. And again, with your presentation, little things like this will go a long way in, beautifying your product. Completely unnecessary, rounding the corners like this. I deburr all the edges, and even the corner there, completely unnecessary. I like to, don't take much off. Actually, I wouldn't even hardly take anything off. Just take a little bit of just to give it a little bit of a nick, just to, you're gonna find you're gonna beat your hands up really badly in this trade, and just little things like this you don't even think about, but it'll lessen all the cussing and screaming that you're gonna do throughout the day. You won't think about it till it happens. But I tell you, you spend years doing this, and why not? Why not just take not even seconds to do this? So I'm going to show you what I did to round the corner like this. Most of you probably know this already, but maybe you don't. So I'll show you what I do when I'm doing a large radius. Just take your zip disc and just nip the corner off first, and then you can take it over to the bench grinder. You're going to do a better radius, especially on a bench grinder, but you can do a nice curve around it. And then when this goes on, I'm telling you won't even think about it, but it just looks so much better, so much more presentable. It looks like a professional did this, even though I promise you I'm not. As much welding as I'm done, I'm not what you would call a professional. So again, with burrs, sometimes you have like the wire kind of, let's say you're doing a bit of a sloppy weld on an overhead or something, and you'll get a little piece of wire. You're not getting good connection with the ground, maybe, and you'll get a little piece of wire kind of sticking off when you're trying to start your weld, and you notice that. Really make sure you remove those sorts of things. You'll really tear your hands up very badly. And if it's somebody else, depending on what kind of temperament they have, you might be starting fights this way. So just be aware of it.